Let's see if I can talk and put my hair in a cornrow at the same time, because talking and applying makeup is a challenge for me. Let's see how I do with this one. Hey everybody, how you doing? Welcome back to my channel. Lanre here. I was thinking about a few things and I thought, let me share it with you guys. Switch on your phone, your camera, and talk to the people. So why do we care so much what people think about us? Why do we care? What I think is happening is that we care too much what people think about us because we don't know who we are. We care too much what people think about us because we don't know who we are. That's what I think. Some cultures are of the belief that when we came to this earth, we chose the parents that we came through, we chose the country that we came through. Even though it doesn't seem like it, on a spiritual level, we made those choices, right? And then as we start living in this existence, we forget what it is that we came here to do. And I think us, as humans, caring what people think about us holds us back. But not only that, it's because we don't know. We haven't really done the job of trying to figure out what it is that we are, who we are, and what it is that we came here to do. So when we find ourselves in places, we are always questioning that, what do they think of me? Do they think I'm too loud? Do they think I'm shy? Do they think I'm fat? Do they think I'm ugly? All of that, because we don't know who we are. We tend to show up a version of ourselves, as a version of ourselves that we think is acceptable to others. So if you think that people aren't acceptable of the way you talk or the way you laugh, for instance, just an example, you will show up as someone other than yourself, a bit more polished, just because you want to be accepted, because you think, if I show up the way I really am, like I always ask, if we all show up the way we really are, what the world will be, what a beautiful place the world will be if we all show up the way we really are. Like, laugh however loud you want to laugh, express yourself however you want to express yourself, dance if you want to dance, or even more serious, life's decisions. Live where you want to live, marry who you want to marry, have children if you want to, don't if you don't. If everyone lives their life following after their intuition and following after their guts and following after their own bliss, we all have this thing within us. Some people call it intuition, some people call it gut, some people call it the Holy Spirit, some people call it God, some people call it spirit. But we all have it, and we are led by it. And our purpose is remembering whatever it is that you've come here to learn. Your job is to remember and to do it. So I wonder, this is just me thinking out loud, like if we all remembered, if we all lived the life that we came here to live, how different our paths will be, how more interesting our lives will be. I don't know. These are the things I think about. Like, why am I here? Why am I in this existence? Why am I here in 2025? Why am I here? Especially when the world is a mess at the moment. You're just like, why am I here? What is it that I'm here to do? And I'm not talking about just life. I don't want to call it frivolous, but sometimes we just say prayers because this is the way we've heard prayers said. And it's like, oh, Heavenly Father, Heavenly da 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 da, and we just say off these things. It's like, okay, why? I'm asking if anybody listens. Why am I here? What is it that I've come here to do? What is it? And I want to be at the center of that. I don't want to like leave this earth and then my books are read to me and it's like, oh, this is what you wanted to do, but you didn't accomplish that. Or, this is the reason why you came here. This is what you came here to learn. I want it to be like, oh yeah, this is what I wanted to come here to do and I did that. I hope that makes sense. I'm just rambling. See, I put my hair in cornrow now because I don't know where you live. London has been so hot and muggy, not necessarily sunny all the time, but just that having summer in the city is just ugh. So I'm like, I have to put my hair away because it's too hot. It's too hot to be wearing my hair out. It's too hot. So this is what I've been doing for the past few weeks. Just put the hair away. So what else was I thinking about? I was watching Forsyte Saga. It's an ITV show. It's actually an old show. It's an ITV show that probably came out in the early 2000s. And it's set in between 1870 and 1920 of a middle class family called Forsyte and all the drama that ensues in the family. And there's a conversation that was going on between two of the characters, one of the sons and his wife to be, the person that he wanted to marry, a French lady. And so he's making the introductions in the family and they're like, oh, where are you from and what do you do? And then she's just talking about, oh yeah, my mom and I, we work at this restaurant. So imagine this is a very rich family of lawyers in the early 1900s. And they're like, oh, so you own the restaurant? She's like, no, my mom and I work at the restaurant. I'm a waitress and my mom works the kitchen or whatever. And the family were like, who? Like, who have you brought home to marry? And when they left the dinner, the guy was telling her that, look, next time when people ask you and explaining the idea of class in the British society to this French lady, like, people put you they put you in your place when they know who you are, when they know what you do for a living, and when they know what you earn, or they have an idea of what you earn. Like, okay, he's like, oh, on the ladder, if you're a professional, you're more important than somebody who is working the tables, for instance. If you are from the royal family, you're more than the working person, the professional. And I was just like, wow, isn't it amazing how things remain the same? Things haven't really changed, have they? But AI is here. That might all change. Doesn't matter what your job title is, because there are no jobs for anyone. Well, that's what we're heading towards, where there'll be no more jobs, and especially people who are being classified as professionals, people like us, accountants, lawyers, people like us who are Nigerian parents who are like, you have to be a doctor, you have to be a lawyer, you have to be an accountant, and you have to be an engineer. Well, we've done all of that, and now society is changing so much that all of that doesn't matter anymore, because the robots are taking over and artificial intelligence and humanoids are going to take all our jobs. So where does that leave us as humans? If all you've ever known, if all your personality and your status in life is tied to what you do, when you lose that job, what becomes of you? I wonder. I mean, the question is, who are you outside of your professional status? Who are you? If there's if DR or engineer, or if you're like our Nigerians who put their profession as the title in their name. So instead of Mr. or Mrs. or Miss, it's engineer Ade something, or architect benevolent. I don't know if that's someone's name, or I don't know, doctor this or doctor that. Who are you outside of your profession? I mean, it's like whatever is coming to it's going to level all of us, hopefully put us all on the same playing field. So the question then is, who are you outside of your profession? Some of us even look down on other people we look down on others who have to use social assistance, for instance. And I think that's the reason why some people are against universal income. Because it's like, what? You mean I will have to rely on a handout to live? Well, some people have been doing that for years, and we look down on them, thinking our lives is better, or our lives are better than theirs because I'm a lawyer, I'm an accountant, I'm a doctor. When the humanoids come to take all our jobs, what's going to happen? Outside of productivity, because we all like to throw that word around, like, outside of that, who are you? And if you don't know who you are, this is the time to start discovering and start asking questions and start exploring. And yeah, you might just discover something interesting, something amazing. And I think that's the reason why I restarted this channel, because as a musician, right, there are some who have this purist idea about, if you're creating, you shouldn't be, if you're creating music, for instance, it's like, just be a musician. And if you're an artist, just paint and be an artist. And people used to look down on content creation. They're like, oh, who are these YouTubers and all that? And everyone is creating content now. Because it's like, actually, those people started really early. They were onto something, right? Who are you outside of your job title? Ask yourself, who are you outside of your job title? And if that's taken away from you, what then becomes of you? All done. So my hair's been put away. I don't have to worry about the heat. I can pull this up. I can wear a cap. I'm ready for this summer heat. London City summer heat. It's like nothing you've ever experienced. So I know this conversation seems to be all over the place, but in conclusion, regardless of whatever spiritual practice you ascribe to, my thought and my admonition and my advice is that you need to make an attempt to figure out who you are, and in so doing, for you to be able to figure that out, you have to step out and be brave. There's no way around that. However that looks like for you. You might be writing that book you've been postponing and putting off. Or you might be as little as picking up the phone and calling your brother or your sister. But you have to step out and be brave to figure out who you are. That's it. Because who you are is not your job title, it's not your productivity level, it's not whether you're married or not, it's not whether you're a mother or not. Who you are is way deeper than that. And I strongly believe, and this has nothing to do with your spiritual practice, or maybe it does. I strongly believe that we're all here for a reason. There's a reason why you're here in 2025 watching my video. There's a reason why I'm here talking to you. And if this conversation hits a note in your heart, then hey, this is me stepping out being brave. So I hope you do the same, okay? Yeah, I'm using CeraVe for my lips because I tend to have really dry patches on my skin. So when I'm at home doing nothing and going nowhere, I use this, and my face will all be oily, like I'm eating, like I've rubbed vegetable oil on my skin, but I love it.